We have, what, 3 teams, I
Yeah.
believe? What a start. Something's got to give down the road for sure, but let's break it down. First, San Miguel Beermen. Mikey, what can you say?
They're looking good. I think they're on that redemption mode, redemption mood, especially after bowing out to the Bay Area Dragons in the semifinals of the Commissioner's Cup. And I really believe this was a great pickup of an import.
Yeah.
You get Cameron Clark, who was known for a mid-range scorer when he was with NLEX. Although with NLEX kasi, they didn't have like a force inside to complement the mid-range shooting and the outside shooting of Cameron Clark. And obviously you have, Junmar there.
Yeah.
They really complement each other so well.
A lot of people were talking about Coach George Gallant having his first conference here with San Miguel Beermen and, wondering, okay, is it still going to be as effective? Great start here, 4-0 as you mentioned. But then you take a look at the roles. Do you see like any big changes that have stuck out for you when you look at San Miguel?
It's really just they know their talent. And I'm sure Coach George has been there for years, maybe more than a decade now. I'm not really sure. But he knows the pieces that he has. He knows that when they brought in an import, that was more or less the Arwin Santos role with who can stretch the floor, play the 4, rebound, defend. So I think you don't really need to change anything with San Miguel because of that talent. Mahirap nang palitan yung gumagana naman.
Okay, that's true. And of course, our next game will be against the Diego Dario-led Meralco Bolts. Just have to shout out our friend Diego again. 3-1 sila. So that's going to be a great game.
Pinasok, pinasa yung bola eh. Sabi ko, yan tinuro ko sa'yo
What would Mikey not do? Okay, another 4-0 team, Converge.
Yeah.
The Fiber Xers, tell me, how are they at 4-0?
Well, I think Coach Aldin has already proven from last conference that they can win ball games in the elimination round.
Yes.
I think it's really just them piling up the wins, getting as much wins as possible, especially without going up against the tougher teams yet. They still have the Barangay Ginebras and all those teams. So it's really piling up the wins, and also they changed imports very, very quick.
Yeah.
Even with the win, the win in game 1, but Jamal Franklin, 15 assists in their that was yesterday. 15 assists. That's something you rarely see from an import.
Triple-double there, 25, 13, and 15. The 15 being assists. So you take a look at, you mentioned it a while ago, they can win elimination round. Do we have to reserve judgment for them until the playoffs? Because, again, you don't want to be one of those teams that, okay, you can win when it technically doesn't matter as much as a playoff game.
Well, with all the independent teams playing right now, they're looking the closest to competing for a championship, or at least going deep into the playoffs, into the semifinals. So we'll see. I mean, it's a young team. They have young players there. Jeric Balanza is there now, back with Coach Aldin. So it's continued to develop that team. And I see the patience also with the Converge Fiber Xers management, knowing that, you have to let them mature.
Okay. They're going up against TNT Tropang-Giga, who
too.
are also 3-1. So mabigat din yung laro na yan. And Lex Road Warriors, the last team we'll talk about, who are 4-0. Mikey, your thoughts?
Well, what we saw, the first 4 games will definitely be different from what you're going to see starting on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because obviously, how are you going to replace a Jonathan Simmons, even with the new import coming in? There's just no way that you can replace someone who played in the NBA like that, played under Greg Popovich, and the results that he brought in. And for him to be gutsy enough to promise a 4-0 start, I mean, you can't really replace someone like that at this point.
Yeah, grabe yung kumpiyansa. And of course, when you take a look, of course, replacing him will also be an NBA vet. Itong si Wayne Selden, who, some people might have varying opinions with regards to him. But yung next game nila will be against arguably the toughest competition that they're going to have here in Barangay Ginebra. Also undefeated kasi 1-0 pa rin sila.
1-0.
Oh, you take a look at their start here. Coach Frankie Lim looks comfortable already where he is.
Well, they're going to go up against the defending champs. So a team that has been together for years. Justin Brownlee already knows what he has to do. And a new import coming in. It's going to be a tough task for NLEX. Hopefully they can carry that momentum.
Adjustments and see whether or not they can do it quickly because they need to against a team like Barangay Ginebra. Mikey, maraming salamat. Thank you very much for shooting as much as you can.